whatever I think I am, that isn't it. My thoughts can only point me to who I am. When that insight lands in the body, in the depth of who we are, it can be terrifying. And I find that it takes courage to stay with that. At least that's been the case for me. Not knowing can sound poetic and beautiful, and to some extent it is. But there's also a layer of absolute terror. I remember I had this one moment on my own journey where I was almost like this insight revealed itself. I remember it quite vividly. It was a couple of years ago, and I was walking along the cemetery, not too far away from here. And back then, or still sometimes, I was reading quite a lot of spiritual books. I was really in this mode of seeking an answer, of trying to get deeper into that. Like, it was like a hunt, like I'm onto something. I just need to figure this out. I just need to ponder it. And then there was like this inner feeling. I was standing on the edge of the cemetery, quite symbolic actually. It was almost like in my mind, this gate opened up, and my mind kind of realized that if I want to learn this subject better, if I want to understand it better, I don't need to read more books. I don't need to accumulate more knowledge. The next step is to let go of the intellectual search. It's like I could see myself standing on the safe side of the gate, opening up into a landscape where thought could not enter. And it was like my mind realized that that's the direction of truth. Thought can never solve this puzzle. I need to let go of them. And I thought to myself up until that point that I was ready to give everything to know the reality, that I was not afraid to feel feelings, that I was okay with uncomfortable truths. But standing at that gate, there was something in me that says, no, not that. I'm not ready for that. And my heart kind of sank, because at that moment, I realized that I cannot read any more books. I cannot listen to any more knowledgeable people about this if I don't go through this gate. I cannot pretend anymore that I'm serious in my quest. I cannot close this gate and go back to just reading books again. Because I know in which direction truth is, and I chose not to go because I was afraid. I don't particularly remember the rest of the walk, but it was with heavy steps. It's like I know what life asks of me, and I'm not sure I can do it. It's too unsafe, it's too uncontrolled, it's way beyond the box of comfort where I wanted to search. I never wanted to find the exit to this box. I was just happy searching for the answers here. But once I've seen that within this box, within more thoughts, the answer will never be found, you can't really unsee that. It's like this moment where it's the end of the search from a mind's perspective, but you haven't had the courage to step through yet. Is this something you recognize for yourself? Have you entered this edge? Maybe you even walked through. For my case, I had been outside the gates of my mind before, but then I was kind of catapulted out there. And then I was somehow blown back without my doing. There was no I didn't know where the gate was. I just spontaneously sometimes found myself outside the mind and then got like brutally pulled back in. This was different. This was almost like me knowing what to do, knowing where to go. And gradually I did go outside of the gate. Initially, I started like just going a little bit, but still having a safety line. So the moment my mind wanted me back, I could just pull myself back. So I was kind of still within the control of the mind. But that was the way I had to do it. But being outside of that gate, once that step is taken, oh man, it's freedom, it's love, it's unity, but there's absolutely no control. And I think that's why I still keep going back and forth. Not as a decision, but I lived most of my life inside this box of the mind as a searcher, trying to figure it out from there. So it's a bit safe, but I know that's not the source to live from. It's living from not knowing, in the sense that the mind don't have the answers. Will I ever fully live from that other place? Well, who knows? And maybe that's not even so relevant, where the absolute anchor is going to be. What's mostly interesting is, where am I now? Am I looking for the answers with my mind? Or have I dared to step out of the gate? To use my thoughts as tools, but not as the center of who I am. Not as the reference point for what's real and what's true. Yeah. I don't know where I heard it, but there's this phrase that I really like, that the spiritual path ain't for the weak-hearted. And letting go of myself, ideas of myself, for me, has taken courage beyond that I even knew was asked of me. And being able to sit with fear, yeah. Without that courage, I'd probably still be looking for answers in the safe realm, where they can't be found. What are your reflections on this? How has this journey been for you? Please do share in the comment sections. I'd love to hear about it. Yes. And thank you for joining me all this way. And I hope to see you next time, my friend.